and welcome to the Oregon Community Foundation. My name is Carly Brown, Community Engagement Officer here at OCF. You're joining a group of volunteers, board members, and staff who are working to improve philanthropy throughout Oregon. You're giving your time and your talent along with a great group of people who are interested in improving life in Oregon. Thanks for taking this time to do our orientation, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Today you are joining approximately 1,600 volunteers and 95 staff members who are helping the Oregon Community Foundation to build a healthy, thriving, and sustainable Oregon. Our people come from all over the state and they care deeply about Oregon and other Oregonians. Their tireless efforts help the foundation to realize its mission to improve lives for all Oregonians through the power of philanthropy. No matter your role, your involvement and commitment allow OCF to deepen its positive effect on Oregon and to create a statewide community of people who understand how important philanthropy is to our shared future. This presentation explains the work of the Foundation so you can be a knowledgeable ambassador for OCF and for philanthropy in Oregon. The Oregon Community Foundation was established in 1973 by Willamette Industries founder William Swindells as a permanent endowment for improving communities throughout Oregon. Having started from an initial contribution of $63,000, OCF now manages more than $2 billion through more than 2,000 charitable funds. OCF works with our donors to preserve Oregon's cherished history while responding to its evolving needs. For promising young students, OCF can be the launchpad for a successful future. For rural families, it can ensure timely access to health care. For aspiring artists and communities hungry for cultural enrichment, OCF can be a vital connecting force. For donors, it's a reliable, knowledgeable partner in supporting the causes that matter most to them. OCF works with individuals, families, businesses, and organizations to create legacy funds that support community causes. A fund can be started with $25,000 or more, and that fund can go on giving for generations. OCF's shrewd management of its investments optimizes the purchasing power of these funds. Our return on investments allow us to distribute more than $100 million in grants and scholarships every year. The Foundation also develops strategic initiatives that are transforming lives and communities throughout our state. To learn more about these efforts, visit www.oregoncf.org/OCF-initiatives. OCF builds bridges between the public, private, and nonprofit sectors to address issues that no one sector can solve on its own. As a volunteer, it is important to know what you can expect from OCF as you participate in our mission. We offer orientation and training for the roles we ask you to fill, prompt response to your communications, fair and equitable treatment without discrimination or bias, and appreciation, respect, and recognition for your efforts. In turn, OCF expects every person who represents us to follow these guidelines. Represent OCF professionally and honorably, maintain confidentiality and discretion about OCF and its donors, grantees, and scholarship applicants, declare any conflict of interest as soon as it arises, act for the community benefit at all times, and understand the value of philanthropy and promote a statewide culture of giving. Advancing equity, diversity, and inclusion enhances the work of OCF. Oregon's communities and populations are far more diverse and complex than they were throughout much of our state's history, and in coming times it will reflect the diversity of the world. Disparities based on such characteristics as race, gender, ethnicity, national origin, culture, disability, age, faith, gender identity, and sexual orientation, together with barriers imposed by poverty, prevent OCF's vision of a healthy, thriving, sustainable Oregon from being fully realized. Individually and institutionally, Oregonians must be committed to move forward as one state. As we do, we will discover that we are stronger economically, richer culturally, healthier physically and mentally, and better prepared educationally to meet the challenges we face. Real change is seldom easy to achieve, and it requires strong, intentional leadership, supported by the open participation and wisdom of many. As we travel this road, we will need many others to advise us, to partner with us, to reinforce our work, and to inspire us. OCF commits itself to appreciate the dignity and worth of all individuals, to invite honest and dynamic discourse on the issues of equity, diversity, and inclusion, to develop within our own operations and policies a spirit and discipline that advances equity, diversity, and inclusion, to nurture an open and welcoming working environment, to promote the dismantling of structural and cultural barriers to individual achievement, to use our resources towards the goal of making Oregon a place in which all people fully realize their aspirations, and to advance public policies and practices that are consistent with these commitments. OCF's dedicated volunteers are central to the continued success of our mission. Volunteers from every part of Oregon provide the foundation with personal, in-depth understanding of community needs. Volunteers are usually selected to fill specific roles at OCF to meet the need for expertise in a certain subject area or region of Oregon. The remarkable generosity of Oregonians at all income levels has had a huge impact on OCF's ability to serve our state's most vulnerable populations and to improve the quality of life in Oregon. Volunteer roles can include Board of Directors, Board Subcommittees, Regional Leadership Councils, Grant Evaluators, Scholarship Selection Committees, Community Fund Advisors, and Special Project Contributors. OCF's charitable funds comprise gifts and bequests made by our donors, who include individuals, families, businesses, and organizations. OCF awards grants and scholarships from these funds to support people and organizations that are protecting and improving Oregon's quality of life. There are 6 types of funds that are distributed into 7 categories of grants, endowment distributions, and scholarships. Discretionary funds make community grants and board priority grants possible. Donor-advised funds are distributed into community grants, board priority grants, and donor-advised funds. Community-advised funds go into the community-advised grants. Assets from the endowment partnership funds go to the endowment distributions. Donor-designated funds go to specific nonprofits as the permanent recipient of regular distributions, and scholarships come from the scholarship funds. Starting a fund is straightforward and can make an immediate impact. OCF's charitable gift planners work closely with prospective and current donors, reviewing their philanthropic goals and helping them understand how to get the maximum charitable and tax benefits from their fund. Donors can create a named OCF fund with a minimum contribution of $25,000 for an advised fund or $50,000 for a scholarship fund. Alternatively, you can build a permanent fund over time, starting with a contribution of $5,000 or more. All OCF's advised grants and designated grants are awarded through the recommendation of our donors and are not open for applications. Other types of grants are awarded through a competitive application process. The Community Grant Program awards grants twice each year, primarily to small and mid-sized nonprofits. The average amount is $20,000, with $3 million or more awarded in each grant cycle. OCF receives about 400 applications per cycle, of which roughly 175 receive funding. These grants support the following goals: improving the health and well-being of vulnerable populations, promoting educational opportunities and achievement, supporting arts and cultural organizations, and fostering community livability, environmental health, and citizen engagement. The application deadlines are January 15th and July 15th of each year. Go to the Community Grants website to learn more. Other competitive grants include Creative Heights, Small Arts and Cultural Grants, Ready to Learn Grants, the Reed and Carol Lee Walker Fund Grants in Jackson County, and the Nike Employee Grant Fund Program. Other competitive grant programs are organized by region and subject, and you can learn more at the OCF website. OCF's Board of Directors approves special programs and initiatives to address particular opportunities or areas of need. Examples include parenting education, prenatal to grade 3 alignment program, K-12 student success, children's dental health initiative, the Latino Partnership Program, small arts and culture, investing in job creation, and natural resources. OCF's statewide scholarship program is one of the largest of its kind in the country. Every year, scholarship awards totaling about $10 million reach more than 3,200 students. These awards originate from roughly 500 distinct scholarship funds established by individuals, families, schools, civic organizations, and businesses. In some OCF scholarship programs, donors may participate in selecting recipients. In others, a committee consisting of school or community volunteers make the selections. The Foundation's total permanent endowment of scholarship funds recently exceeded $100 million for the first time in our history. As an ambassador for the Oregon Community Foundation, you can further our mission by promoting the community benefits and life-transforming personal rewards of philanthropy whenever and wherever it's possible. Your involvement here will bring you into contact with countless inspiring examples of local philanthropy. We encourage you to share these stories with others. Here are 10 simple steps you can take to promote philanthropy and foster a culture of giving in your community. Tell your professional advisors, such as attorneys, financial planners, and estate planners, about OCF services and the benefits for donors and for Oregon communities. Let people know there's more to philanthropy than simply donating cash. Help them learn about all their options, from volunteering to planned giving. Use social media to promote causes you care about, current opportunities for community involvement, and inspirational stories about philanthropy in Oregon. When you give, make your gift a challenge to be matched by others. Create a giving circle, pool money with family and friends, and decide together where to make your charitable contribution. Share personal stories about your involvement in philanthropy and its personal and community benefits. Get your children involved in philanthropy early. Research shows that children whose parents talk to them about charitable activities are 20% more likely than others to give as adults. Promote philanthropy and encourage high aspirations for Oregon through op-eds and letters in newspapers and online media. Create or contribute to a scholarship fund that benefits students in your community or field. And make sure your own estate plan includes a contribution to the causes you care about most. To help OCF, its donors, and Oregonians make decisions, OCF's research program conducts various internal evaluations of the Foundation's programs and initiatives, in addition to contracting with external researchers to analyze OCF funds and the topic areas, regions, and populations supported by OCF grants. These evaluations inform our priorities, activities, and operations, provide an impartial analysis of Oregon's most pressing issues, and measure the outcomes of our programs and initiatives. Furthermore, OCF is committed to increasing the quality and availability of impartial research and information on Oregon's people, communities, philanthropic trends, and the nonprofit sector. The OCF Giving Explorer is a great tool on the Foundation's website that enables you to find grants and scholarships awarded the previous year. You can search by topic, county, or organization by going to www.oregoncf.org/OCF grants. While sharing the same mission, the specialized departments of OCF serve complex and multiple needs of the Foundation. President and CEO Max Williams' role includes board relations, executive administration, and strategic projects. The People and Culture team includes equity, diversity and inclusion, human resources, and staff development and culture. The People in the Grants and Programs department oversee community grants, designated funds, regional strategies, scholarships, statewide programs, and volunteer management. Development works with individuals regarding charitable gift planning, donor outreach, fund development, and marketing and communications. Budget planning, endowment partners, finance and accounting, gift and fund processing and distribution, investment management, supporting organizations, and trust management responsibilities are housed in finance and fund services. The donor relations team focuses on advised fund grants, donor advised services, and oversees the Family Giving Center. Institutional research, Oregon Research Program evaluation, and strategic initiatives stem from the Research and Strategy team. And the Gray Family Foundation, a supporting organization of the Oregon Community Foundation, has a dedicated team that is also part of the OCF staff. The Oregon Community Foundation has 8 regions within Oregon, each of which is served by one of OCF's 5 offices. Central Oregon includes Crook, Deschutes, Jefferson, Sherman, Wasco, and Wheeler counties, and the Warm Springs Reservation. It is served by our Bend office. Eastern Oregon includes Baker, Gilliam, Grant, Harney, Malheur, Morrow, Umatilla, Union, and Wallowa counties, and is served by our Bend office. Metropolitan Portland includes Clackamas, Hood River, Multnomah, and Washington counties, and is served by our Portland office. North Coast includes Clatsop, Columbia, Lincoln, and Tillamook counties and is served by our Portland office. Southern Willamette Valley includes Benton, Douglas, Lane, and Lynn counties and is served by our Eugene office. South Coast includes Coos and Curry counties and is served by our Eugene office. Northern Willamette Valley includes Marion, Polk, and Yamhill counties and is served by our Salem office. Southern Oregon includes Jackson, Josephine, Klamath, and Lake counties and is served by our Medford office. We are so glad you are willing to be a part of the OCF family through giving of your time, resources, perspective, and opinion. Be sure to explore more volunteer resources at our website. Thank you so much for volunteering with the Oregon Community Foundation.